It must be something we haven't seen yet.
Hello, and welcome to this awfully shot special edition of Cameron King of the World Special Edition. It is currently 4:55 a.m. and I am walking into the city because today I'm going to see Avatar: The Way of Water on the biggest screen in the UK and finally in high frame rate. I have to be really careful because it's icy as fuck on these pavements. So the the long story short is the most convenient way for me to get to a cinema that's showing this film in high frame rate is to go to London. I think there's one closer to Cardiff, but it would take longer to get to via public transport and would cost more. So London is just it's the place everyone goes, and so there's lots of buses and trains there. So it's about a 4-hour coach. Train was prohibitively expensive. Would have been amazing to get a train because I wouldn't have to leave this early. And I could have got a taxi, but I decided to try and save the 20 plus quid it would cost to get a taxi. So I planned to get up at like 4:30, leave right away. But I was about 15 minutes late on doing that. And I couldn't sleep. I have eczema, dry skin, a condition, and it's just been bad lately. It's just uncomfortable, so I could not sleep at all. I got maybe about 45 minutes sleep overall. So I don't feel tired yet, but I'm petrified that I'm gonna go all the way to London and sit down in that cinema screen basically for the most expensive 3-hour nap of all time. So I'm gonna have to try and buy multiple bottles of iced coffee or something to keep me going. Right, so walking to Cardiff usually takes me from my hometown about an hour, and my bus is in an hour at 6 a.m. So I'm a little concerned about me getting there on time, especially with these icy pavements, but we'll see if I keep a good pace. I used to do this walk a lot when I was in my 20s, but I'm now mid-30s, not in very good shape, so apologies for the awful filming here. It's very cold, and anyway, so I'm going to take you along for the ride with me, and my thoughts on the whole high frame rate thing will be in a separate review along with my spoiler review of the film. I thought this would be its own separate thing, little vlog trip thing, and it feels a bit extravagant to travel to London just to watch a film I've already seen twice. Connie loves the new Avatar film, and she does not get why I'm doing this. She just doesn't understand and thinks that it's quite stupid, actually, but and is quite annoyed that I'm leaving for half a day, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is what I spent my Christmas money on that I got from family. I was like, right, that's going to be my Christmas present, is seeing this film in high frame rate, because I'm just intrigued by how Cameron did it. I hate the high frame rate with The Hobbit, but that was the whole movie. This is a variable frame rate where it changes throughout the film. It turns to high frame rate when they go underwater and other action shots and stuff. I just want to see what it looks like. Hopefully I don't hate it. That would suck. But also, I'm going to the BFI IMAX, which is, I think, the biggest screen in the UK. I've wanted to go to that cinema for like at least a decade, so I'm really excited about that, just seeing it on a huge screen. But the reason I'm leaving so early is because, I've heard that if you go in the front rows in that cinema, it's really difficult to enjoy the experience. And every screening that I found, all the middle seats and all the ones in like the good rows were just gone, booked. So this screening I'm going to today is an 10 past 11 screening, and it's subtitled for the hard of hearing or deaf. I have no problem with subtitles. Me and Connie watch everything with subtitles. I just hope they're not like garish fucking black bars across the screen with like big blocky yellow teletext looking fucking, you know, text and font. So that would suck, but we'll see. Hey, maybe it'll all be in papyrus, so that'd be fun. So there was more options on this screening, so I had to take an earlier coach. But I'm here, I'm walking, and I'm doing this. I definitely contemplated backing out because the prospect of just staying home, getting more sleep, staying in bed, very appealing, but sometimes you just gotta push yourself to get out the door. So I feel good that I'm doing it now, but time will tell. And again, a little bit concerned about making it to my coach, so I'm going to put the phone away and try and pick up the pace a little bit, because in my current physical state, running is not an option. It should be okay. I remember the last time I walked to Cardiff, I was concerned about the time, and I got there a lot quicker than Google said I would, so fingers crossed. But I'll film as much as I can for a little vlog experience of going to London and doing this stupid thing. I've got a pillow with me in a bag, so I can hopefully rest it against the window and get some sleep on this megabus. I've been using megabus to get to London and back almost 20 years now. And if you were to count going from Cardiff to London, then London to Cardiff as 2 trips, I've probably done hundreds of trips over the years. I'm very familiar with it. I quite enjoy it actually. I like just kind of popping on my headset and listening to an audiobook or a podcast or some music, watching the scenery go by. It's something I've kind of missed in recent years actually, especially with COVID. This is really the first time I'm going to London just for pleasure, I guess, in a very long time. So I'm kind of looking forward to that aspect. I just hope I can get some sleep, because it was around 2009, 2010, I just thought, what if I take a pillow? So I've got a ratty old pillow here, so I'll probably use it, hopefully get some sleep, and then bin it when I get to London, but keeping the pillow case, of course. Anyway, been waffling on, and hey, that's me. That's what you see is what you get. You get you get what you don't pay for when you click on one of my videos. There's a lot of rambling, and this is no different. Anyway, I'm gonna continue walking, obviously, and catch up with you in a bit. Although for you, it will be instantaneous. Alright, I'm just getting into Cardiff now. It's 5:45. I was a little nervous for a while there. A good 20 minutes I wasn't going to make this, but I should be okay. I'm just not going to film too long because I need to really pick up the pace and make sure I get to the coach stop in time. I've been listening to Ralph Macchio's recent memoir about making the Karate Kid, which is really good. So yeah, enjoyable walk, but definitely a little bit stressed. But I think I should make it because I'm just walking into Cardiff now, so just got to get to the castle where the stop is, and I think I'll probably make it with a few minutes to spare, so yeah, quite a relief. So I kind of went the wrong way. So unless the film shows half an hour of ads, I'm gonna miss the beginning. Fuck. There was a lot of traffic getting into London, so I got here later than I expected and wanted to. And instead of walking past Buckingham Palace, I did a big circle around it. I'm usually so much better than this, but there we go. I mean, at least I've seen the film before, but to come all this way and to miss the beginning of the film. So it starts in 10 minutes. I'm about half an hour away. It's not looking good. Palace is just up ahead, so at least I know where I'm going from there. But yeah, rookie mistake. Got some food at least. So had a nice sausage bun and a bacon bun. Got some coffee. So should be right for the film. Anyway, on I go. Walking past here is an absolute minefield for people just taking pictures, and you're getting in the way, and it's like, not particularly interesting to me, but there you go. Fucking bridge by Big Ben was mental, like absolutely ridiculously busy. I could barely cross it. I can see the cinema now, 15 minutes late, should be okay. I just need to find the entrance, because the entrance is like underground or something. This might be a bit tricky, but I can see the edge of it now at the end of the street. So 15 minutes late isn't too bad. 20 minutes late, I thought it might be closer to 30 or 35, but this was the one part of the trip I was not expecting to be time sensitive, but it's the way it goes. Alright, I'm out of the massive cinema. Wow, that was worth it. Holy shit. I got an hour and a half to get back to Victoria to catch my coach. I'm going to try and swing by Covent Garden first. Hopefully you can hear me over the sirens. And I want to go to FOP. So that was one of the things that when I used to live here, or used to live near here, I would always, every few months, go to FOP, see what they had. So I'm feeling nostalgic, and I think I should have enough time to run over there and then go down to go to Covent Garden, then go down to Victoria and catch my coach home. Anyway, that was an insane experience. Unreal. Lots of thoughts to come. It's a really nice day. I got really lucky with the weather. But you can't really see shit. There should be a nice view in that direction of like the London Eye and Big Ben. I guess it still kind of is. The sun is just so blindingly bright. I wish it was more warm. The sun does not offer as much warmth as it looks like. It's freezing. But I'm very glad it wasn't a rainy day today. So I'm in Victoria Station now. I decided to just take a tube because, being an idiot, I forgot to go to the toilet in the cinema after I came out of the screening. And I'm dying to go to the toilet, so I'd rather just get the tube to Victoria and just comfortably take a massive piss. That's what I'm going to do now. And then I got half an hour for the coach. Good stuff. Okay, it's now like midnight. I've been home for a few hours, got home just after 9 o'clock. I didn't film anything else after going to the toilets in London Victoria train station. Yeah, I mean, I was just tired. Got on the megabus, so it was all fine. Got some food, nice warm sausage roll and steak slice from Sainsbury's. Got a bottle of cherry Coke and a bottle of water for the trip. And the coach was kind of uncomfortable, so I couldn't really get to sleep, and I couldn't use the pillow anymore because I dumped that in London. It was an old ratty pillow anyway, but it was great. That pillow on the coach there this morning, game changer. My back was hurting me a little bit, but once I got in the right position, I got a good like 2.5 hours sleep on the coach this morning, which is great. I almost didn't want to say goodbye to the pillow, but I don't want to carry it around all day either. Anyway, whole other thing. But I nodded off a bit on the coach on the way home because I was just so exhausted. But I kept waking myself up by going like that, and so it was kind of embarrassing. So I had to make sure I stayed up. So I just plugged in my phone to the weirdly inconvenient USB charger coming out of the fucking ceiling, and then just listened to music and browsed and whatever else, and it was fine. I like coach journeys, and it was, from door to door, it was a 16-hour trip. Worth it for one movie? I don't know. In Cardiff, when I got back, I popped into the corner spa because sometimes I like to see if they've got any cans of legit vanilla Coke. They didn't this time, but I did get a Dr. Pepper vanilla float, a Dr. Pepper and cream soda, and a Dr. Pepper cherry vanilla. One addendum I have to say, I just watched back the video I filmed. Like, the fact that I'm framed like that, it's like, and I didn't even notice you got these fucking lights behind me, look like some sort of fucking Dolby Digital logo coming out of my head. There's shit all over the place. My room's a tip. I apologize for the mess. I apologize for the bad camera angle like this. And also the fact that the camera on my phone had no idea what to focus on. It was like, oh, let's focus over there. Let's focus here. No, let's focus there. Let's focus here. Let's focus there. Let's focus over here. Let's focus there. Yeah, this is a thrown together, slapped together video. I really don't like filming on my phone, but I wasn't going to bring my proper camera out with me because that would just be stressful. So It's a rough and ready phone vlog video. It is what it is. Hopefully the spirit of the thing was a little bit fun. And I did browse in FOP and grabbed a few things. There was a Mubi sale on, and I love my Mubi Blu-rays, so got a few things along with the new Decision to Leave release from them. So that's pretty much it. I almost debate whether I should have this as part of the Cameron, King of the World Special Edition series, but this is me. This is just documenting the day of me going to see The Way of Water. Again, a 16-hour round trip from door to door, back again, there and back again, just to see the movie in the intended format of the variable frame rate, which I will review at a later date. Suffice it to say, the experience of that film on the screen that big, is unbelievable. The scale of it and the crispness, from what I've read, they've renovated that screen. I don't know if I mentioned that already yet. And so it's a 4K laser IMAX 3D, HDR, high frame, all that stuff. It looked incredible. Like close-ups, mental. I mean, you look at a close-up of someone's face, although it's an avatar, so it's not really actually someone's face. Well, in the case of Spider, perhaps, but you look at these close-ups, and they're like, there's a close-up is like a 50-foot projected image in front of you. And I had to keep reminding myself how big the screen was, because I was kind of getting lost in the screen and in the movie. And so, excuse me, I don't know where the coughing is coming from all of a sudden. It's just I sit down to film a video after 3 hours of no coughing. It's like, oh, you need to cough now that you're speaking and doing a video. It's just, I got sucked into it. And the high frame rate, in a nutshell, before I properly dig into it in the next video, the high frame rate stuff was all over the place for me. There were bits of it which I feel like it wasn't necessary. There were bits that it was great. The underwater stuff, it suited the underwater stuff so well. Even some of the just regular close-ups on characters with the high frame rate looked fantastic. But I found that when it was like a more normal human motion, like cocking a gun or something, it looked sped up. So I feel like he could have reined back a little bit more than he did. Because of course the whole film is in high frame rate. It's an adjustable thing. That in itself, I don't think has ever been done. So anyway, so for me it was it was like visually, as a visual experience, probably the best I've ever had in the cinema. And the one thing I can say about the high frame rate, which, from what I've read from Cameron, it is to eliminate the blurring, ghosting effect you get with 3D sometimes. And it was all but gone. Like I'm telling you, it's the crispest, cleanest, most incredible use of 3D I've ever seen. I'm not a fan of 3D, but I thought that it looked immense, and way better than the Cardiff IMAX 3D showing, which looked great too. That was pretty fantastic, but this one was like a whole other level of polish to it. So I'm glad that I got to see the film the way that it was originally intended by Cameron. But I'll leave it there for this. Hope you enjoyed some of this. I don't know. I just thought it'd be nice to vlog it somehow, some way. Though you hearing about how badly I need to go to the toilet probably isn't the most riveting content, but it is what it is. We're here now. Me sat here filming this, and you sat there watching this. Who knows why we're doing this to ourselves, but we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be my full in-depth spoiler review of the movie and my thoughts on my full in-depth thoughts on the high frame rate stuff and all that jazz. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.